probably in 2 months. So we can cover a lot of that as well. But for those of you that haven't met me, or if you are watching the replays on YouTube, my name is Jen Gear. I have been in network marketing since 2001, in leadership since 2006, with paparazzi since 2011. So I'm a lifer. I absolutely love network marketing, and I loved it's just the flexibility. I think is the hugest thing for me. It's lots and lots of fun. Hey, Kimberly. And yes, this group that y'all are in, you can share the videos, you can invite your friends to this group, paparazzi people that want to learn. That's what we're here for. That's why we're here. I created a new group because the public one, more people are able to get in and ask questions and things like that. So we always want to celebrate. So the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is to celebrate. I hope you believe that in your day-to-day life, because it is completely true. Now, for the ladies that are on my team in January birthdays, shout out to Jennifer and Dottie. But if you have a birthday in January, drop it below, because we want to celebrate you as well. If you did not know, paparazzi always does a birthday gift, and mine are never beside me when I'm doing these live shows, right? They're never here. So you do get a birthday present. Mine doesn't come till September, but all of you January babies, or February, I'm jelly, you'll get it way before me. But they do this, they've been doing this since I started, where you'll get a birthday gift when you order during your birthday month. So make sure you do that, so that way you can get your free birthday gift. And our anniversaries, again, these are folks that are in our team, but if you're not, drop them below. We'd love to celebrate you as well. Blanca, 5 years, Carla, 4 years, Karen, 3 years, Christine, 2 years, Christine's on, and Beth, hello, hello. Thank you, yes. And it is a gorgeous necklace. Oh, Jennifer got hers because she's a January baby. Awesome. Now, this is an incentive I'm doing in my group. So if you are in this group and see this, you get to participate, but you got to screenshot and post your stuff. This is our team incentive. So if you have personal sponsored or you are ordering, make sure you screenshot and post below. You can find that in the pinned comments, so you can participate. It's just something fun. Paparazzi, I call it the HQ paparazzi. Their incentive for the month, there's a couple of them actually. You can get this tote if your folks start in the month of January. They can get this tote, and with any kit that they purchase, right? So they can get this tote with free stuff. Also, for consultants that might have their account has been closed because they hadn't ordered in a year, then you can re-sign up during the month of January, and you don't have to wait the 12 months to re-sign up. So if that's something you need help with, reach out. One of us can answer your questions or help you get connected to get restarted. So thank you all for tagging your friends and people. But if you have a picture, y'all, take a picture with your tote. Now this is one of them, right? This is the first tote that came out, and then they came out with another one that was like over the side, right? A side bag, is that what it's called? So if you have a picture with you and your tote, post you and your tote with it. If not, find them on Google and post them there too. You know, the one on the left-hand side is something I found on Pinterest. I just typed in jewelry tote, jewelry paparazzi tote. There's so much available to you that you can use to let people know that during the month of January, this leather bag is fantastic. Like, it's a killer quality bag. It is pretty darn amazing. Hey, Karen. Hey, Kayla. So definitely let people know. So tonight's main training, if y'all didn't know, did y'all know that we're doing convention planning tonight? I'm so excited. Right now, you know, a lot of our paparazzi sisters and brothers are in Dominican Republic. They are doing their annual paparazzi passport trip, and then shortly is the EMP trip, and then convention is in August. But this is just fun. And what I brought together for you this evening is just some of the things of why I think it's amazing, some of the things I've experienced. There are people that are on our team, Retta and Karen, that I know for sure that have been to convention with me, and they might be in these pictures somewhere. I just randomly grabbed a lot of pictures over the years. Karen's on this one. There's our friend Karen right here. But it is an amazing adventure. And I always say it's like a mom break. It's like a life break. And if you don't have kids, it's just a break from life to go have some fun and celebrate you and your stuff. You know, sometimes when we become adults, we forget to celebrate us. So I encourage you to check it out, to go. It's completely worth it. Now, the real question is why not go? You know, there's so many excuses we can all come up with, you know, and this is why I bring this up in January, because this trip is in August. It's the beginning of August. So you have 7 months to plan this, 6.5 right now. But if you really want to go, you will make a point to go. There's always something, there will always be something that comes up. I mean, I could think of 50 excuses right now to not go because of life things, but I know it is the week of just an amazing recharge. It's an amazing time to hang out with friends and just get to be you again. So I encourage you to check it out. Hello, hello. It's unexplainable, the energy. I love it, Retta. She's so true. And it truly is, y'all. But here's just a few things, and we'll go over a lot of these. Perks, concerts that are included in your ticket, swag, a gala, which is a dress up night, meetups with your fellow team members and people that aren't in your team, because we create relationships with people all over and they're not on our team. And I love that, because I think there's so much more, there's so many more people that we can learn from and grow ourselves personally, whether they're on a team or not. I don't think it matters. Professional speakers, there's so many that we've got to see. The dinners, the photo shoots, there's the shopping. I guess I forgot to put shopping on here, where you get, obviously that's a huge one, right? All the new releases and things, and the exclusive to you because you're there items as well. So, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Christine missed out. Yep, Christine missed out 2 years ago. She was going to go, and then she got sick. No joke, right before it. Super sucks. Last year, Karen was going to go, and she got sick. No joke, right before she's going. So plan ahead. You know, plan ahead to go. And obviously, if something happens in the last minute, that sucks. But majority of the time, you are totally fine. So it is definitely fun. Here's the biggest one. Let's get planning. And if you want to grab a piece of pen and paper, go ahead, or you can catch these replays, right? I mean, they will be here. They will also be put on my YouTube channel. If you search Jen Gear, just subscribe, and then you guys, it'll notify you when, put the little bell thing on there. And I think it should tell you when I post the new ones. And I try to get them posted every Wednesday. But let's start, okay? This is huge, because you want to think about this stuff right now. Now, how will you get there? Will you drive? I searched how long it would take me to drive. I live in Wyoming, and it's about, it says 11.5 hours, but you think about potty breaks and things to stretch your legs. So you're thinking at least 12.5 hours to get there. I searched what it would cost to ride a bus out of where I live, right? And it would take 2.5 days to get there, and it cost $250. And I'm like, oh, 2.5 days to get there, and so many stops, and they drive you all the way up into Montana and back down. I'm like, but that's an option, right? If you fly, check out the flights where you are, check out the flights in bigger cities that you could drive to. It is in the summertime, so you don't have to worry about inclement weather, kind of like if you were doing this right now in January. So driving to a bigger city, maybe carpool with a bunch of you. So you can save some money, at least on the gas on the way there. And you could save a bunch of money, at least here in where we are. You can save money by driving the 4 hours to Denver or to Billings to save some of that cash. So, and Christine is driving. The other one is train. We don't have a train out of Casper that takes us that direction. There are a couple trains. Maybe you have something like that. So just look out for what would work for you. Okay. And then reach out to somebody that might be going and say, hey, because like I said, you know, you might find someone else that might be going that you could carpool with, or you could flight with, or what have you, how to get to Vegas. I mean, how many hours, you guys drop below? How many hours does it take you to get to Vegas if you were to drive? How about that? Drop down below if you know how far or how many hours. The next question is, where will you stay in Vegas? Now, I'm going to tell you that Paparazzi's held this convention at the MGM for the last, I want to say 5 years. I might be off on that date. So I don't know if they're going to do it at the MGM again this year, because I feel like we've outgrown our space. but I don't know that for sure. So don't hold me that says, Jen, you said we weren't going to be there and we are. I don't know where we're going to be. Okay. The last talk I heard with a few other elites is that we've outgrown our space at the MGM. And if you didn't know this, anytime that you are a business and you're renting a venue, usually you have to agree to a certain amount of years for that venue. And I believe Paparazzi rented it, I guess, for 5 years. So I don't remember, every year I'm like, where were we last year and the year before, So I don't know if it will be held at the MGM. As soon as that information is released, then that's when I would book your hotel room. That's my opinion. Okay. So I don't know if it's at the MGM again, great. If it's not, great. We'll figure out where it's at. But there are lots of convention areas around Vegas that they might move the facility to, or at least the convention part to, and that you stay at whatever hotel you want. Okay. You've stayed at Motel 6. Absolutely. Kimberly's in Texas. That would, oh my gosh, 18 hours. Yeah. See, that's nuts, right? Is that what oh, Kimberly, awesome. She said that's what the founders said last year. Yeah. Is that they're like outgrowing their space. All right, the next one is roommates. Do you want a roommate? This is a way to save money, right? Do you want a roommate? There are lots of people that want a roommate. There are people that don't want roommates and want to be alone. It's okay. Nobody judges, right? I've had 8 roommates at one time. We rented, I think, the Alexis Park, which was over by, what hotel is that? The Hard Rock. We had 8 of us stay in a kind of like, it was a double story. They called it a condo, like room. I don't know what they called it. Condos. Anyway, we all split the cost and we barely each paid $100 for a week in Vegas. Pros and cons to all of that, transportation, food, all those things. And you can figure all those things out if you want to do that. And Retta wrote that. It depends on who they are. And that hits so well. One thing I just want, on that note on roommates, okay, is always go in with an open mind. Everybody's different. Personalities are different. One huge thing that I learned over all these years having roommates, okay? One huge thing is it's okay if one roommate wants to do one thing and you want to do another. It's okay. You're all grown up, okay? Don't feel bad if you want to go do something and they don't. I had roommates that wanted to just hang out at the pool all day, and I can't sit still. I want to do stuff and explore. So I was like, hey, I'll catch y'all later. And it was okay. And as long as you're okay with it, everybody's okay. Don't take nothing personally. But yes, if you feel like you have a conflict or something like that, don't stay with folks like that. Stay with somebody you know, and it's okay. It is okay. So don't let that bug you. Okay. Yes. And Christine wrote, they are so much fun. They are so much fun. I've had so much fun. And when I had a couple that just wanted to hang out at the pool, I'm like, hey, you guys hang out at the pool. We'll catch you later. And it went perfectly. So, I mean, it's totally fine. Yeah. Totally fine. Now, the next thing you want to plan for is food, right? Where will you eat? Now, how much is food in Vegas, and how much, if you like adult beverages, I always say, if you drink beverages, all those things. I will tell you, when I first went, the first couple of years of Vegas, I had enough money to get me to Vegas. And then I did, I saved money we went to the grocery stores and bought food there. And sometimes I save enough, so I don't have to worry about that. But it's wherever you are. Don't let that stop you, because one year, maybe it was 2 or 3 years ago, one of my roommates, she bought all this stuff and packed her lunches with her. And it was okay. She's like, I can't afford to go out and eat, but I want to go out and eat with you, or I'll meet up with you or something. And it was totally fine. And we had meals at the hotel too. I mean, don't let any of that stuff bug you. Just plan ahead for it. It's completely up to you. And they can be expensive. Swag, I found this image from the One Life convention that I attended. There's lots. Every year you go to convention, you will get swag. You will get some sort of bag. Now, all of this stuff is included in your ticket. So when you go, you get all of this stuff. So when you pay for your tickets, you're going to get your concerts. You're going to get your swag. You're going to get your gala night. You're going to get your celebration. You're going to get your trainers. You're going to get all this stuff. It's all included in your ticket. Obviously, when you buy a ticket, this is all the stuff that you get. It's so much. It's insane. The value is well over a couple, at least $1,000. Retta says, bring snacks. Yes, bring snacks. Absolutely. Kimberly says, I'm going to stay where I can get a fridge and microwave. Absolutely. And I have lots of tips on that stuff too. for fridges and microwaves and all the things. But and we will definitely do a whole training on that. If you guys have stuff to share, please do. But for the swag, that you always get stuff, guys. They will load you up. And when you reach different levels of life of the party, in the elite programs and all of that stuff, you get even more stuff. Okay, so this is the stuff I got for the One Life, which is all, you always get a t-shirt. You'll always get a t-shirt and a bag for sure. And then jewelry. Obviously, we're a jewelry company, right? So you'll get a ton of stuff. And I love bags. Last year's backpack was wicked. All right, the next thing to plan for, if you want, is to buy souvenirs. Who are people that you like to buy for? And bring stuff back, you know, magnets. Think about stuff like that. So if you're going to bring something back for your kids, you want to kind of budget for money for that or put money away. So anything that you want to bring back, you can totally do, you know, clothes, t-shirts, all of those things. So sorry, my dog ran off. All right, let's see. Entertainment's the next thing. If you want to plan to go out, obviously we're in Vegas, right? There's so much to do in Vegas. And, you know, one trick I learned with entertainment is I don't book anything unless I really, really want to go see it until I get to Vegas, because when you get there, then you really find out what's going on. And then maybe you find out what another papa, sister, or brother is doing, and that you can join them in what they're doing, or you just go walk the strip. Like, there's so much free stuff to do that you don't have to worry about this expense if you don't have the extra funds for that. Transportation around Vegas, you know, this one here, I will tell you, I learned the hard way multiple times in a row. The first year I went to Vegas, we walked everywhere. We didn't even try to take the transportation, and we walked a lot. There's the Deuce that goes up and down the strip. You can get on that. You can get a pass. There's the monorail that goes around Vegas. You know, Ubers, all of the things, but you want to budget for stuff like that. The Ubers can get expensive at peak times, and they know that you're at an event. One thing I learned the hard way about the MGM is that they have a $25 a day parking. So if you are going to stay, for example, let's say it's still at the MGM, and let's say you're driving to Vegas and you got to park your car, plan in that extra money for parking every day. Okay. Plan all that stuff in, and nothing is free. That, you know, there is a couple free parking spots, at least there were last time we were there last year, but plan that stuff in. Okay. So you have those things. And the transportation, Ubers, I think from Vegas, when I came into Vegas, it was like $10 from the airport to my hotel, which was the MGM. And then going home, it was like $45. So it's because it changes because demand, right? So they can raise their prices and things like that. So pay attention to those things as well. The next one, meetups are huge. This is the time. Do not stay in your hotel room. You are there for a reason. The main reason you come to Vegas, right, is meet up with your fellow paparazzi and sisters and collaborate so you can learn tips and tricks to grow your business, or to just have fun. Don't stay in your room. If you're an introverted soul like I am, yes, I am. I need a break sometimes from all of just everything, but get out there and start talking to people, or say, hey, you know, can I come hang out with you guys? I don't have anybody. I don't know anybody. Reach out. I promise you, people want to hang out with you. We had a few of our team members that I didn't know. They were they were more introverted souls than I was, and they spent a lot of their time in their hotel rooms. And I didn't know this until after the fact, right? So reach out and speak up. If you're like, hey, I'm kind of an introverted soul, Jen, I'm telling you now, can you check on me? Absolutely. Okay. But it's okay. You know, if you go to Vegas by yourself and you're just going to this convention, it will be fantastic, but reach out to somebody to say, hey, will you message me where you're going, or can I join you for dinner? Anything like that. People love to have you, y'all. They do. They definitely do. And it's hard because I will tell you, it gets so busy from the time convention starts that if you are on a team, reach out, because that team leader might be like, am I including everybody and where we're going? And you're trying to keep up with everybody. And then it gets crazy. So definitely reach out. Don't feel like somebody doesn't want to include you, because they truly do. It just gets crazy. So tickets, your convention ticket. Now, like I said, everything I just showed you is going to be included in this. And Retta says, take advantage of the sessions. Yes, make sure if you're going to go to convention, you go to convention. Did I say that? Should I whisper it? My daughter listens better when I whisper. So I'll tell you guys, go to convention. So if you're going to convention, go to convention, go to all the sessions. Don't stay out till 2 or 3 in the morning and miss the morning convention. Don't do that. Go to the convention, sit by your team, reach out to your team. Where are y'all sitting if you want, you know? I mean, some people don't want to sit by anybody and they want to sit with just their close friend. That's fine too. Okay. But go to convention, go to everything, right? Don't miss out. I always plan to go into convention. So say it starts on a Monday, I would go in on Sunday, right? Usually it starts in the evening with an opening concert, and then it usually ends, you know, on an evening like Thursday night or Friday night. So I always plan to go in the day before and leave the morning after. That's what I've done all these years. Sometimes I go in a couple days early to enjoy and do other things. Here is a trip. I created this in Canva. I kind of wrote up what I did last year. This is 2022. So I wrote in my costs. Okay. Convention ticket, about $245. Flying for me was $534 with no checked bag. I just had a backpack and a rolly bag, like a tiny carry-on bag, right? I did the hotel. I was 5 nights at New York, which actually I switched over to MGM because it was only, as you get closer to the event, sometimes the prices change on your hotels. So you always want to check that out. So I got it. I think I still spent like almost $700. I think I did. I think it was like $749 if I look back. I don't know. But I was able to stay where the activities were and I didn't have to walk as much. So when you are looking at your hotel, this is huge to plan out, is let's just say it's at the MGM because we don't know where it's at. You want to stay somewhat close because I was going to stay at the New York, which is across the way. It's not a quick walk. It's at least a half an hour walk because you end up staying in a hotel room at the end of way in the back of the casino. And you have to walk all the way through the casino, across the road, through the entire MGM casino to the back of the convention center. You start learning shortcuts. If you pull out your Google Maps, I promise you, it'll show you a few shortcuts, but still it's a lot of walking. So if you can figure out to stay somewhat close or to figure out if you can get an Uber to the door or whatever, or find those shortcut alleys during the day, at nighttime, they're creepy, but you can figure out different ways to get to your space and not walk as far. So it is really hot. Yes, Retta says really hot. So bring comfy shoes and lots of water. Yes, there's your rental car, Lyft, Transit's $100, unknown. It could be more. It depends on where you go. So for lunches, I put down here, I'm a snack queen. I always have food with me, but $15 for breakfast, which isn't much. Honestly, it's probably $20. You know, depends on what you drink. If you have soda and drinks and all that, or if you're just a water fan like me, $20 for lunch. So figure out, you know, $20 for lunch and dinner, $10 for snacks. I figured $70 a day. I am an over planner. So I have extra. That's how I work. Okay. So I always plan over and then you have extra. If you do shows, you know, those can definitely add up. Y'all know that. I mean, but look ahead right now and be like, well, I want to go to Cirque du Soleil. Okay. Well, what does Cirque du Soleil average run? 150, 250. Okay, put it down. If you're going to have a roommate, reach out to her and say, hey, are you interested in this show? I'm interested in this as well. You know, most of the time people are like, hell yeah, let's go somewhere. The next one, ordering jewelry. There you go. Depending on how much you want to put away for ordering jewelry, if you order any or if you don't, you don't have to do any of these things. This is just an idea for you. So my total was about $2,000, right? And then I split it up so it didn't seem like so much. You can get all the way down to taking that $2,000 divided by $5, and that's how many pieces you have to sell, right? How many pieces do you have to sell? Kimberly says, stay close. Yeah, she was at the Excalibur. Yeah. Stay close as you can. And as soon as they release where it's going to be, then get on your MapQuest and figure out where your hotel is and book your hotel. Because the thing with the hotel is you can move them. And usually they do a hotel block. I will post this blank one for you inside the group. And if you're part of my email, I will email it out to y'all tomorrow morning as well. So you have you have my example, and then you have the blank. The next page you have is kind of like just a roadmap here. It talks about step 1, snag that convention ticket as soon as it's released. Last year at the MGM, I think the MGM holds 10,000 consultants. I think it did be pre-pandemic, we were maxed out at 10,000. And then last year, I want to say I heard one of the speakers say we had 7,000 or 8,000 in that audience. So it will fill up. Okay. So plan now, at least get your ticket booked. Obviously flight and vehicle, you can save for that later, but start putting money away because you buy these items. You don't have to pay for everything all at once, right? You could be that person, that's fine, but you don't. If you buy your convention ticket, you secure that, then find your hotel room, secure that, because that is something they have you put $100 down or something to save your room, but that is something they don't charge you till you get there anyway, or you're checking out. And then figure out whether you're going to drive or you're going to fly, figure those things out, stuff. I look at stuff, figure stuff out, reach out. And then friends, the hugest thing is reach out. I know there's a couple paparazzi groups out there that you can get in, search paparazzi. I mean, they'll start popping up once convention is released information, but search those and then get in and ask questions. And there's usually some of the elite do it where they create threads and you can say, hey, I need a roommate. Hey, where's the best place to stay? All that stuff's in there. Somebody's already recreated it. So don't stress over that stuff. It will come out. And again, like I said, I will cover a lot of this again as we get closer to convention and once it's released, and then we can reach out to whoever wants to be roomies and all that stuff, and then meetups and all of those things. If you have any questions, drop them below in the thread. And because that's all I have really about convention. The next stuff we have is our weekly action step. This is a step to step outside your comfort zone, something you could do each week. This is posted inside our group. If you catch this in our group, we are the Jewelry Box Warriors, so anybody can play and participate. But this is our step this week, is to create a why I joined paparazzi video or post on your personal page, your business page, or your shopping group, all of those fun things. And then this week's letters, who is doing the weekly connect letters? Drop them down, say me down below. But this week's letters to reach out to, this is how you build an amazing client database and people think of you when they're thinking jewelry. Anybody that has ever shopped with you, friend, family, or coworker, team members, upline, sponsor, anybody you know, their last name starts with a D or an O, I hope that you reach out to them on social media. Comment on their stuff and say, oh my gosh, that's the cutest dog, or oh my gosh. Comment on their stuff, give a heart to it. Extra step is to shoot them a personal message. I almost said shoot them a personal message, or make a phone call, right? Shoot them a message, a phone call, and say, hey, thinking about you. I hope your day is awesome. That's it. D and O. Who do you know that starts with a D and O? How many D's do you know? How many O's? Right? Third is to send snail mail. Thinking of you. Thank you for shopping with me cards. I like to use the program called Send Out Cards just to compliment paparazzi. It is amazing. Just check it out. Let's see. The next one is our training next week is all about vision boards, which, hey, we can pull that into what we're doing right now, our convention planning. We are going to do a digital vision board online. So start thinking about things that you would add to your vision boards. And I'll show you where to find those images, how to do it, and how to make it work. Super easy. And then on the 31st, we're going to talk about our habits and how, we started January, and it's every January since I was a kid. You think about January's New Year resolutions. Oh, it's the first of the year. We should give up this. Instead, let's create new habits. Let's not give up anything. Let's figure out how to eat healthier, how to exercise more and make it worth our time, how to read more, or how to connect with our friends and our family more, how to enjoy life more. See, I could keep going on, right? But let's work on our habits is on the 31st. If you have a topic though that you want covered though, shoot me a message because I have not created February's lineup yet. And we can get those in there that we all can, because if you're thinking about it, so is someone else. So this is my YouTube page. So search me on YouTube, Jen Gear, click subscribe. I don't know where the button is. And then click that little bell thing and it will tell you when we do when I post these recaps and things like that. So, but I do want to say thank you so much for taking time, whether you are catching us or the replay, just